Status of everything, as you can see by the title. The 25th, disregard the ugliness, man, stress, and all of that shit. These marks here came from the doctor when I had the what's her names on, EEG test names on. But regardless of that, it's not about that. I'm here to let y'all know where the status is as far as the disability. March the 25th, as some who have been paying attention, has not changed as far as the date. I have not heard anything else back. I have had to call them every time. Uh, However, the status, the update about the seizures and everything is that due to the fact that I recently had that EEG test and they didn't find anything in there, that apparently does not denote or take away the fact that I could still be having some form of seizures. It's just not what's triggered in the brain. You have apparently some nerve phytogenic seizures, whatever they're called, psychogenic or photogenic seizures uh, that are triggered from the nerve system and they don't start up here in the brain. So those seizures could be what that is. Besides that, as far as me taking all that I've been gifted with from my friend on the weed behalf, because y'all have been helping me with food. When it comes to the weed, I've been helped with him on that. You understand what I mean? Uh, I've been sitting up here working on my art. This is an update on that. You can see where I'm at right there. Uh, and so you can see that even with as you can see, the coffee that got spilled on this, that it was all over. You can see it here, the brown. This paper is supposed to be white. So all of that is stained that I'm making my work look phenomenal over. The skin tone and all. I'm not done with those legs, but that's the undertone. I put the smooth wax-like tone on top as a finisher. And so at the end of the day, that's where we are with that. Understand? And that'll be laid flat like that. You got the sky blue lollipops right here. Sonic the Hedgehog will be right here. And I'm gonna work his way into doing some bounces. This right here is 2 balls of water, droplets of water that come from right here. As you can see, she's in the water. And so I chose to, creatively turn that right there. Some drops that you can see right here so that'd be like a spot where Sonic the Hedgehog, like you could skip a rock on water. He's gonna be jumping from here into the picture, so he'll be right there. I'm gonna draw some animation lines to go into right here. And then, damn, this damn heat from this damn bitch get on my nerves. It's just wanting attention. I'm not talking to fuck this. Damn. The fuck on somewhere. Now, like I said, this right here in my hand cooled down. Like I said, Sonic the Hedgehog this is creativity at the great. That's why I'm an anime artist. I'm a real deal, or no matter how the fuck long it takes, I'm gonna make for sure this stuff comes out like it needs to be. This bitch, like I said, I don't care who the fuck would say that this is taking so damn long. It's about how motherfucking great I am and what I do, and the fact that I'm showing you why that piece of shit has been in the way. Literally. This shit cold than a motherfucker, bro. For real. Sonic the Hedgehog comes from right here. The storyline is it comes from right. They got different Sonic levels and things like that. They can make a lollipop, a candy level or something like that. But anyway, here he jumps into the water. It causes a splash, and as you can see, the 3D it comes from right here and comes outward towards here. You know what I mean? So you got 2 balls, and that's what those. Because some people will question and say, "What are those balls right there?" So you made a reason for there to be balls right there. They're droplets of water that, if you zoom in, they would look like that. And pretty much he also gonna skip from the next point to bounce off of my girl's booty right here, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my friend right here, but this is my wife to be in the process. That's real talk. I'm not making anything up. It's like tying up a circuit. I know what I'm doing. And I'm not, you can laugh at it, but it's not a joke. I mean, literally, somebody would have heard me say something about her being my friend just last year, but now she my friend. You get what I'm getting at? And I'm telling you that when it comes to her being my wife, bro, we very compatible. She has a tattoo on her, literally, that has to deal with the Nazca lines in itself. Laugh the fuck at that. So when I've shown that, motherfucker, you need to get real. And you can't talk to her your damn self to disprove a damn thing. You see how ugly this face is? It's called the beauty meeting the beast. You don't have anything. You can't laugh at that discovery, can you, in itself? Can you disprove it? You can't laugh at that. So where the bitchy little laughs at now? Because you can't hurt me. I'm ready to hop on somebody's ass about her. I'm not playing. There's nothing to laugh about. I'm very serious. That's my wife to be. Understand that? You just need to get your teeth fixed and get a haircut. Start washing your face more. You'll be all right. I'm already washing my face. It's dry already. You think I don't know that my teeth, I've said that myself. Do you know why this tooth right here is broken? That's because of a spirit. You know why the other ones is fucked up? Because of me being a child riding my bike, stuff that I couldn't have, changed when I was younger. So it's really not my fault. But I had great teeth. But when you're dealing with and there was a jealous person that did that with that incident with my bike. Somebody hit my back tire. I had a brand new bike I had just got that was faster and looked better than his, and he was already seemingly jealous. And he hit the back of my tires. I was on the corner, and it caused this shit right here. So I ain't fucked up about that. The trembling of the voice ain't real. It come from the spirit that's sitting up playing. It wants me to seem like I got some type of weakness. The shit that you bringing up ain't no weakness. It ain't an excuse what I'm saying either. When I go on my streams on Knowledge's channel, it does something that you can't even hear with my S's right now as a proof of just that. It fucks with the way that my voice sounds on Knowledge's channel. So I'm not lying about nothing. You can't fuck with me. You focused on outside shit. That's what a woman is for. To be beautiful and catch the eye. Your strength as a man comes from inside of you. Before you lift any weight, you got to be strong enough inside to lift the weight. So what the fuck do you have strong, potent in the inside that could outdo any fucking man on this earth from the inside that you got to offer? Hello. Because that's where I got something. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. When a woman focus on wanting to be with a great man, not just any man, a great man, that's where I've answered questions a lot of men wanted the answers to. When it comes to the ley lines, why these structures, ancient temples that men built years ago are built where they are. Pyramids and things. I'm setting out to build a pyramid which only a king does. That's what kings did all over the earth. So that's what we see them as thousands of years from now. I mean, thousands of years from then, now. But when we advance thousands of years into the future and we look, or they look back to now, what do you possibly think they might say the person they wasn't around when I built that pyramid. What you think they might say that person was that built that pyramid? They first if they know that kings built the other ones, they're going to think he was a king probably. So that's by default. So all of the stuff that you bring up as far as that, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't focus on those things, the outside external things, because that could be changed so easy, like you just mentioned. The teeth could be changed. The facial marks could be changed. That's something I don't worry about at that point. It's just like if it's been plenty of stormy days, sunny days outside, and you see some rain come, you're not going to give up because some rain came. You know that that's going to change eventually. You don't focus on the rain. So I don't focus on these marks. They're going to go away eventually. Now, what do I have that's permanent to offer? And that's where the energy inside of me and what I've done with the energy in my body, such as things like this, making drawings like this, making mathematical discoveries with my mind and things like that, they get left behind. And so when I say somebody, I'm a futuristic, optimistic person. I don't live just based on that. I'm telling you right now, some people will say you crazy for saying a girl is your wife to be, right? Well, that's where my energy, my focus is. Some people will also say, you get what I'm saying? That you got to speak things into existence. The power of tongue all of a sudden means nothing to you spiritual people, huh? You got to think about that. The power of tongue is supposed to mean a lot. Some people will call you crazy for saying that a pyramid is going to be built here on this land too. But I got proof of that. Where's the proof? You got proof that it's been done. Footprints or pyramids in this analogy that have been laid down. So I could guess what's going to come next, another footprint. You know what I mean? To be laid in the ground. Or pyramid, if you get what I mean. So that's how I know it's going to happen. Intelligence. Common sense. It's happened this many times before with every other civilization. So I could guess wise is that it's going to happen again. Now, other people might not be wise enough to make a plan and You know, so that when that does start to happen, have a design that they could already jump on. You got a 50%, it's either they are or are not going to jump onto your design and build based on it. You got a 50% chance at that. And now you've opened up the door to billions, buddy, because that's $1 billion project. If it's going to cost billions to build it, they might give you at least 1 billion, close to $1 billion, if you could imagine, for starting the project. You're at least talking about 50 million. You know what I mean? Boy, for real. For a project that big that I've done in the end. The blueprint and what it has to deal with. The answers it is to other monuments, the Nazca lines, because it's not just a blueprint for this pyramid, it's also the answer to the Nazca Sun Star, Estrella. So it has that much more value. So I just want to let y'all know that much about that at least. Because, man, I'm here to tell you, thank you for all of the positivity with Universal Twin on the real. I thank you for your neutral truth that you voiced, Harley D5W. Because on the real, I know I will be all right. I got a lot of blessings right in front of me that even come from myself. I bless myself. I didn't make that discovery. God, or I don't know whether to call it God or what, but something creative ahead of time made that. I didn't put those numbers to add up like they do. Thank you very much. This is my Cash App, and if y'all can donate to the Cash App, because like I say, I'm trying to get disability. A spirit, like I had mentioned, bothers me while I draw. That's why this was supposed to be done last year, but it ain't being finished up until around now. And my Cash App to donate to is, I'm about to type it up here. This helps me with food if you're wondering what you're donating to, because I don't have food. So that's my Cash App, and you can donate to that if you please could. It'll help a lot. I have no food at all back there. My food usually goes on that corner, and I don't have anything at all. So I had a friend that was supposed to be sending a donation this morning, Melanie, and I haven't heard from her this morning. So I've called her twice, honestly, and texted her once, and I ain't even got a response. No hard feelings, but that's just the truth. So that's where we are, where we're at now. It's not like I don't need it. So that's why I figured I'd come on here and ask for the donations as well, if anyone could help. She mentioned just yesterday when she was talking about it that she has a lot going on with her family and stuff. So that's probably why. I don't know. I'm wishing you a full belly and good health, friend. Thank you. I can't get it off of air. I thank you for your positivity. All right. I thank you for that. That's my mom outside. Hold on. I got to put this to go. Heat this up. I appreciate it, man. I really do think that, whichever one, Universal Twin, man or woman, I thank you. That will help me get food. What I eat and survive off of mainly is peanuts right now because I'm in survival mode. I don't have a lot of money at all. I don't have money at all, but when I do get donations, I don't have a lot of money to get a grocery shop or anything like that. But I eat peanuts, and they cost $1.50 from, or $1.25 actually from Family Dollar. I get those bags, they're about this big, and I stretch those. I usually eat a half for one half of the day before 12 o'clock, like afternoon time, and don't eat through the middle of the day, and then at the end of the day, I eat again, the last half of the bag. So one bag lasts me one day at that point. And then the next day, the same thing, you understand? So when I get that, I can stretch that out. That's why I don't be on here like I used to, because I've been working on how I stretch out my food and portion out my food so I don't have to come on. I have to think of something so I don't have to come on here and ask for donations all the time like I was almost every day, because You know what I mean? So I had to cut back on how much I eat even, and just eat half of a bag of peanuts per, section of the day. And it's been helping with me not having to come on here and ask. I thank everybody who has been helping. Travis Curry, his recent. I want to shout out the people who have sent donations with me not streaming. They just randomly hit me. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere with donations. So thank you to Travis Curry. Even the people who have declined sending anything after being requested to help that could be in here, such as Quentin Emerson. That's one person that has helped before many times. I want to shout out to him for the help he's been. He declined all Cash App requests for help this recent time. But shout out to him for the good that he has done, because he has given. But the truth shall be spoken on all ends. People see what I'm going through publicly. I'm willing and strong enough to publicize what my battle so that it can help other people with their kids. If they ever heard of their kids going through, feeling any of the things that I feel, they can then identify that, okay, I've heard somebody going through this, and see what the process is to go through. You know what I mean? Feeling, if you ever heard your child being touched on, saying they feel like something's touching on them, bothering them, you have heard of that here. And you have a chance at knowing how to deal with it. But when people, choose to turn you down, behind closed doors, it's one thing. A person may not have it to help. That's one thing I consider. I'm just gonna look at it like that on Quentin Emerson's end. But as long as ain't no negative energy there, that's all that matters. Because nobody should ever think about negatively about somebody needing help. You might need help yourself one day. That's for real. You can't tell them. I mean, literally, if you see what I go through when I draw, you can't tell me that I ain't trying. How many of y'all could draw that? You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, it's detailed, and I could do better than this if I were not being bothered. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I strongly appreciate that. The Lord does work through us all together, right? Real talk. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be a network of nodes, a network of people that work together to accomplish one goal. And that goal, to me, if you ask me, is to live with as least suffering on earth as possible. Reduce suffering to the lowest. That means at that point, everything that we use as far as technology to help us in the world and everything, that's our purpose with it, to reduce suffering. I mean, if you really think about what I'm saying, that's really what we should be focusing on. Some people wonder, what are we supposed to be here doing as human beings? But that's, if you ask me, if we focused on that, everybody got a goal every day. And shit, all of the problems that you have around to be gone. Suffering is gone. It's at least at the, you know what I mean? Starvation, thirst, lead in water. If we focus on reducing these problems, we're going to be good on earth. And that's not something fantasy based, but we be distracted by jobs. We don't focus on fixing the problems in the world we live in. We just go to work and focus on our own family problems. And doing things like you just did, helping others, even a small help, such as a compliment. You never know what somebody else might have just said to this person that fucked their day up, their life, their mind up. But just a compliment sets their heart in the right motion. I'm telling you, it really does matter, giving even a compliment. It really helps. So the $10, it helps. It make a person, as long as a person feel good, guess what the rest of their day gonna go like? They gonna feel good enough to where it's like a contagious disease. They might do something just because they feeling good. Somebody complimented them, so now they feel good. You ever came across somebody that just tell you they just feel good today? Well, there you go. And what they do usually, they treat everybody else good as fuck. And that's it. You just got to do that, is what I realized. So when I'm in position, I'm going to help a lot of y'all. You just got to stay consistent and show your face around so that when I got money in my pockets, you can have a donation come to you one day. Real talk. Thank you. Real talk. I appreciate you. Yeah, I have I just sold one to my uncle. These actually right here, this one is not for nothing. This is just a calendar, because every year I do a color of the year for the women. I've been doing that. So the color of the year this year is indigo. Sky blue was the color of the year. That's why it says right here. It's hard to see, but sky blue is the color of the year, because that's the last thing that I cap off and finish. I color in this 2025, and then the whole purpose of this drawing is the girls, all these are all from their pictures. They took pictures. I told them, take pictures in sky blue this year. That way you could, at the end of the year, I could have y'all this gift that could then, branching off of what the brother just said, selling them. That's one drawing that's an original. An original is always worth more than prints, and I can at that point sell my prints to the girls. You know what I mean? So that's my plan with that. Because my original is going, like I say, people could like Michelangelo now. Yeah, that's right. Better to give a person than to a church, because you don't know where it's going with a church. The pastor, could take that for real and use it for itself. I thank y'all so much in here. I love when I get new people that are open-hearted like y'all are. I thank y'all so much. NNOO, that's from that's the brother from over there at Knowledge's channel, man. I recognize your handle. I sure do. It's good to see you, man. I didn't realize that was you who said that about my belly at first, but it's real good to see you. So yeah, over here it's the full vibe. You hear about the spirit that be bothering me and everything. If I said spirit over there, it'll say spirit. It'll sound different when I'm over there, cause he be bothering me for real. You mean all of a sudden I have you've heard of a person with a lisp, right? All of it. I'm glad I'm as open as crazy as it could sound, man. To some people, I'm glad I'm as open of a book as I am, because then y'all can know what's for real. Because all I got to do is prove that this damn thing is doing what it's doing. And I'm smart enough to pull out ways. I've proven that it's there through my hoodie being grabbed and moved on that end, that there's something around me touching things. I could have no proof at all of that. You know what I mean? And just be using my mouth to trying to explain to people there's a spirit. But I got at least that. Beyond that, man, I mean, like I say, that's why I'm open to what y'all can identify. Because you never know. With things like that, it's a lisp that you don't have coming out of nowhere. I mean, come on, man. You could be chopping it up with a girl, and if you don't know that this thing is in your life, if it pulls something like that, she might get some energy from you that you don't want even coming off, because of it being there doing that shit. But that's what literally goes on over there on that channel. I'm always experiencing that as a distraction. I don't get touched as much over there. That starts towards the end. But over here, there's a full vibe that you're going to witness NNOO of me going through everything that I go through, as well as doing the teaching. It's just less teaching over here right now because of that problem. And it doesn't bother me. Like right now, as I'm speaking, I'm not being bothered by it. That's because it opts to bother me while I draw and decrease my talent. Y'all, my phone died. If it is a genuine spirit, it may be resolvable through conversation. It could be an important message, perhaps a deceased loved one. You might consider embracing it just once, then politely commanding it to leave and not come back. Well, I'm still in here, y'all, in case y'all's audio is on and y'all walked away. I doubt that, though. I'm still in here. I don't know whether y'all will come back or not. It's, I need to say that in case you do come back and rewind to the point of my comeback. A nigga done got ugly. I promise that's one fact. I gotta keep on coming, and I'm gonna come with a comeback. Something that they ain't ready for is a nigga bumping his motherfucking gums and making a lot of sense. I'm going in, ain't got no time for trying to repent. Ain't making the sin. I said that I'm making sense, but I guess I got to go ahead and hit this flow right here again. Ain't nothing to a nigga like me to keep it flowing, keep it guessing what the fuck I'm saying, knowing that I ain't write this down. I had to give a little peep because you might think around and think I'm tripping. Gee, he said, I hear you. I ain't think that nobody was up inside of here. I see them yellow teeth while I'm smiling, dear. Already, that's good, man. That's good, man. That you are still in here. Hopefully the other person can come back. My phone died is the reason that you know what I'm saying. I was just playing around rapping though, waiting to see if anybody could come back. But that's exactly what happened. I'm gonna sit this in here and let this charge because the charger's in here in my grandmother's room. I'm so broke I don't even have a charger. So I can't buy another one of those, and I'm gonna just let this sit in here and charge, and let the YouTube stay running. If I get harassed at that point, it'll be heard at that point. You know, as I'm good right now, as we can see, and that's why I record what I record too, because what it does is prove that as soon as I get to drawing, that's where I start to get attacked. You know what I mean? At that point, if I'm proving that I'm mainly going through these touches and being bothered, set to sleep and things like that, when I'm drawing, a person would have to, if it were anything mental at all, which went to the doctor, had this EEG test and everything to prove in order to disprove that this is not mental, because they didn't see anything. The doctor, I got the video up. The doctor didn't see anything. So therefore, I was saying something about mental. If there's nothing mental going on, whoa, 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 whoa. Now what just happened? I ain't gonna lie. This right here just moved by itself. This right here, it moved like this. You ain't hear it, of course, but it did. It barely moved like that. That was crazy. So that was it. Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is the fact that uh my iPhone is deceased. I'm back on old Nokia. That's funny, man. What Nokia's got touchscreens or something now? Old Nokia. Nokia. I forgot. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But when I get my money, man, this right here gonna stop. This coffee, that's what got these teeth yellow. So that's gonna stop. Uh, but yeah, that's what I was pointing out. If it were anything mental, now drawing has something to do with it. And somebody has to disprove how, or prove how drawing is sparking something mental to go on in my brain to where I start feeling touched on because of drawing. And I've been doing this my whole life. And that's gonna be hard to do. That's crazy. So I'm sit this phone down, let it charge, and clean up out here, organize out here, if anything. And I got that picture to pick back up on. As soon as I get cleaned up and this gets charged up enough, I got that picture to, it's almost done. I'm just trying to figure out what to do for the background now. I'm thinking about the pattern the discovery itself, or just sky blue, a regular sky blue background. But the color of the year this year for the ladies is indigo. Somebody, every time that I keep on saying that, they keep dropping out. That's a hater right there, for real. Because Corey made the color of the year, and they already wearing it. I'm just saying, putting it out here for y'all. They are doing it. And some people would have what? Not believe. I said that last year. I tried to tell motherfuckers last year, and it was when I was on here. I was saying, bro, they wearing it, man. They doing it too, and that's why I got all of them pictures in there with them girls wearing Scott that particular blue. Yeah, that's a specified blue. You got other blues. You got midnight blue, dark blue, navy blue, royal blue. Cyan blue. It's different blues. That's a specified blue, sky blue. And that's what the fuck I put out there last year. And that's what they chose to wear. So indigo this year is the color. This year that you will see girls. You're going to see less of the sky blue this year, which is a signification that I succeeded in that. And it's going to be more so. Hello, phrase your mind. I saw you over there liking things on my Instagram. It's going all right. I'm just on here trying to gain donations. I'm going to put my donation art by PR to hit. It's helping with food. That's what one person just sent a $10 donation to help me. Right now I'm explaining this face. This fucked up face. These two come from the EEG test, but explaining this crazy fucked up face. Uh, Trying to get donations and the picture being finished up. Just updating people, like the title says. That's all that's going on. Letting people know where everything is at, because I haven't been streaming every day like I was. Yep. Besides that, I'm gonna get on to what I said that I was about to do, y'all. Let's clean up. I'm gonna sit this phone down, let it stay live so they can acquire any audio of me being harassed or anything, walking around uncomfortably, having to tell someone to stop touching me, which started clearly after I put my phone down. And if I pick up my art and I started, all of a sudden I can't sit still and I'm feeling stuff on my face and my ear is cauliflower and now, man, it's doing bad, bro. I ain't been doing good when it comes to these touches, man. My ear is cauliflower like a boxer because it has certain days where it just attaches to a certain area. I have days where it's attached to my private area down here and I can't walk around. I have to tuck my private area and walk around like that all day. Put plastic on my private area so I can to interrupt the feeling of random touches at its own will that disrupts my day. I've had, man, my butt area, you sit up there, you feel a feather pointed at you going from cheek to cheek. I mean, something is consciously doing this. Just choosing to bother your ass area. And I can't walk around, man. That's why I say I can't work. Because I would have to I'm feeling something on my ass touching me and you want to grab, wipe off back there if anything. It just creates a bad environment to be at work. And so, man, I just go through hell. I seriously do. But the art is what frees me because upon me creating the pieces that I'm creating, them getting in the museums that I'm getting them in, like the big one that I'm working on, the big project, because y'all ain't seen that in a minute. I ain't showed the, what you call, the full thing, but it's still, Look at, now y'all look, this is what they would call cheap colored pencils, right? But look at how this looks years on down the line. This is 4 years old. Yes, I said 4 years, and it ain't faded at all. That adds value. So there you have that. And there you have that. And so you put them together like a puzzle. That's where you end up with that much. Yeah, that's wild. Ain't been working on it. I've been working on that sky blue one, and that's why this has not furthered. I'm supposed to be beyond this point by now. I didn't realize that a cut had came in my paper. I'm gonna have to tape that up real quick so that it does not grow. And that's for real. Whew. Man, it's always something dealing with a spirit, but let me put this back on this right here so that this can, you know what I'm saying? I like this affirmation. It's good to say every day. Everything is always working out for the best. The universe is constantly conspiring for my benefit. Right on. Affirmations is something I honestly have not been practicing. When you run in your mouth, constantly trying to check a spirit, but I'm going to work that out more so. That's a throat chakra practice that really works. For real. Throat chakra being vocal. Last year, throat chakra, sky blue, that's what that was about. This year is indigo, the eye, the indigo, the introspection. So it's a lot about truth this year. speaking things into existence is what I focused on last year. You just do the best you can and try not to be too hard on yourself. Right on that for real, because we can't be too damn hard. That's how you end up stressed out like crazy. Knowledge and that strength. I'm gonna call him here in a few and check on since you're here, double N, double O. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check on him because he said that we were supposed to do a stream on Thursday. We weren't able to do that. Was it Thursday? Not Thursday, but just 2 days ago. I'm getting my days mixed up anyway. That was Thursday, the last time that we streamed. He said that. Uh, and we were not able to, and so now I'm going to have to call him again and check in and see if that's if we're gonna be able to work something out anytime soon, and we'll be coming with another stream. So that's it for that, y'all. I'm about to go put some tape on this picture right now while I can. It's not a big tear. I'm lucky for that, but I'm finna do this right now. Ain't supposed to be a cut or a tear in any piece of paper that I got. Not a damn cut. Ain't a damn tear they put on this shit since I done made it. I just been instructed. You're a bitch. It's like, yes, tell me, yes, the fuck out. Cause I ain't touched this paper. Your ass know what I'm talking about more than anybody could. The same, you be in my right hand. But guess what? If this being taped up correctly, and this being drawn over, ain't no motherfucker gonna be able to tell if that shit even happened. When they get glued down, ain't no fucker gonna be able to tell if that shit even happened. You doing shit to fucking feel and get energy. Fuck your ass. Cause I'm just a kill. I guess it's how I freestyle. And show them how I feel right around the corner. I give him what's the deal. It ain't nothing to me. This bitch nigga ill. That mean his ass sick. And I'm a fucking trill. I'm on a motherfucking level you can't catch. Something you can't do. Yes, I am a threat. If this bitch was around me coming at his neck, it's my only fucking option. Bitch, could you guess what's coming next? That's the motherfucking death. Never really had, I ever gave a F. No, I never really had, I ever gave a F. That's what the fuck I was trying to say, but that shit kind of fucked up. Man, nigga, I guess he ain't rusted. I was just playing, I just be playing the fuck around, man. For real. I don't be writing nothing down no more. I don't write nothing. Dang, I don't write nothing. Ooh, that's a blessing. Ooh, man. I'm so thankful that he sent that, he or she, whichever one it is, sent that. That helps a lot, man. Niggas be needing to eat, bro. Yeah, read, man. And Melanie's a good person. You know, I don't know why she picked up the phone, but it could only be an emergency. For real. Still here, y'all. Still here. Cleaning up like I had said I was gonna do. That phone is on the charger. So the new people coming in, they hear me and everything, they wonder what's going on. My phone is on the charger right now, and I just said that I'm gonna clean up until it get charged up enough in here, because I can't bring the charger out of her room. It's her charger, and it's in her room. My grandmother. In case y'all wonder who the pronoun her is subject to, that's what I'm talking about, and that's what's going on. So as soon as that's done, I'll bring the phone back out here and probably restart another stream, because that'll be a lengthy stream. This is a fast charger, so it doesn't take anything but about an hour to get near to 100%. You're talking about like 60, 70%. I don't know if it'll move that fast with it streaming on YouTube though, but yeah. Besides, I'm cleaning up. That's it. Man, I'm thankful that they sent that, boy. I sure am. God, man, you be thankful for people with open minds, good hearts. Good. I probably would have not been eating today. Man, they didn't realize I had so much stuff on my shirt. Golly. Dang. Woo. Golly. There'll be some crazy stuff going on with it. Yeah. You know that. Boy, I'm so damn thankful. Boy, appreciate it. There's gonna be some good luck on there. Good. Boy. Every time that I done got you on the real good luck on some. It's just funny, when I think of it, it'd probably be like, 'cause I told them, I said, good luck don't come for you when you don't, and then people, they still come back, bro, for real. So they probably got the sense of good luck, 'cause I didn't have that shit happen in real life, so, real. Like, it came to you, they didn't want a lottery ticket, just 'cause your ass was in the college. They been playing a lot, they been playing a lottery all that time, but then as soon as you get in the college, you got some, like you made that discovery, the luck of that discovery on the real. You got people that bring luck with it. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all something too as well. About the disability. I'll be right back. Yeah, and what I have to tell y'all about the disability is the fact that I'm gonna read the comments as well too. Thank you, man. Double N, double O. I appreciate you for coming in and showing any type of attention, man, and care towards this channel, man. I appreciate it. Straight up. And yeah, that's what I forgot to tell was that when it comes to today, the disability, I'm going to an appointment. Supposed to be at least as long as my grandmother today is her birthday. But as long as she makes it back in time before 4:30 p.m. Central Time, where we're at, I'm going to an appointment for my and that's my psychiatrist this time. Going to go see her. This is a follow-up appointment after my EEG test. And I'll basically be talking to her about my stance with working as far as a disability. So that whenever the Social Security people call her, which they said they were going to do after appointments, when they call her and talk to her, she can have an updated mind, an update on how things are as far as my work ability. Because if she sees what I go through when I'm trying to work specifically, then there's no possible way I can work dealing with that. Because right now I'm okay. But when I start to work, I would need to show her that when I try to work, I can't work, right? And that's where me working on my artwork And every time I sit down and try to work on my art, with it setting out to bother me every time, I got proof enough that I can't accomplish this simple task that I'm great at, let alone something that I'm not great at. A job that, you get what I'm saying? That's going to be harder for me to accomplish the task of focus and do. I'm struggling with something I'm great at. So that's enough proof at that point that I cannot work. I'm not using this. This is just the truth. Me attempting to work with that, I don't see how many people couldn't keep it real on their own behalf and say, damn, all of let's say you got somebody in an interview and you're a boss or something like that. You walk into an interview and that person that is in your interview is doing all of this. Yeah, I'm really good at working in it. I'm really set for the job, and what that boss. I mean, you talking about I can work, right? But if you were a boss, would you hire somebody doing all of that in itself? I know that you wouldn't hire. Versus, because that's not your only option. You got other people out here that have applied for the job as well too. So the world does not end with you in your application. So most people ain't going. It's not an excuse. You're going to excuse that person from getting a job if you were an employer yourself. So that's not an excuse. You're going to excuse them and say, they probably on drugs. They not fit for this job around here. You know what I mean? I got another option, so I'm probably going to choose them. You know what I mean? So people will run away from the truth. They want to see you doing one thing. They can only think of one solution. They want to see you working. And when you come with proof, a reasonable question of would you deal with this if you were an employer, then that's where I know I wouldn't, but instead of me just keeping it real, I'm just going to turn away, go away. I would, I want him to work, man. I feel like he's just making an excuse, you can do it, work, dealing with it while it pokes your butt and touches your private area all, inappropriately and things like that. That's not something Corey can do. For real. I'm not going to try to. So, don't worry about that. I'm tucked in now, dealing with this piece of stuff. We're at 11%. I'm probably going to go ahead and end this one here. That way I don't have a long footage and save it, and charge up faster because it's going too slow. So peace out, y'all. Thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. I'm at 0 viewers now anyway. One person in and out. So I got a short attention span from the viewers right now anyway. I just need to voice that last point. I don't see how y'all would ever even want to work around something. Would you desire to work around somebody like that? If we're going to keep it real. Okay, you wouldn't desire to work with nobody like that either. Why would you say that they need to be at a job? You wouldn't even desire to work with them. Out of all your choices of employees, you would desire to work with them? You got to get real, man. I know you want to see somebody doing better than what they doing, not doing this, but I'm trying to tell you, working ain't the option. That'll screw up stuff. I'll break stuff at the job like I did before. The vibe ain't going to be right, because word said is one thing, but vibes on the inside of a person, they change the environment too. That's why when somebody steps in the room, if they got a certain bad aura about them, as they call it, you can feel it when they step in the room. A lot of times, if your spirit is right yourself. So it just doesn't create a good. I'm not fit for work. Period. And with that being said, that 0, that means enough for me. Thank you.